girls. It's Diego with my beautiful wife, Karina from Venezuela. And finally, the internet decided to connect to whatever it connects to so we can go live for your K1 visa channel, where you get all this free advice on how to process a K1 visa, a green card, a spousal visa, and a tourist visa. Doesn't cost you a penny. All you got to do is just jump on the live stream and then ask me all your questions. I've got 9 years experience processing K1 visas. 9 years experience processing green cards. It's so easy I can do it in my sleep. Okay, and I've got lots of pixie dust here, which I throw all this pixie dust on everybody, so they get the lucky pixie dust to try to speed up your K1 visa process or green card. Now remember, in the summertime, green card processing and K1 visa processing slows down a little bit because they get very busy. Also, the embassies get very busy around the world mainly because of tourist visas. Lots of folks want to go on vacation in the summer. Lots of European countries get their 30 days vacation in the summer, and Europeans, they like to take their 30 days. I remember when I was stationed in Italy, and also I was stationed in Sicily and Sardinia. The Italians that used to work for me when I was in the military, always looked forward to their 30-day vacation in August. So a lot of those folks wanted to come to the United States. So what happens is the embassies get busy processing tourist visas. But with that said, we are now live here from the Panhandle of Florida. Karina's from Venezuela. She got her green card in her hand on June 25th, 2024. And she applied for her green card on February 29th, 2024. So let's say, March, April, May. So it took 3.5 months basically from when she applied for her green card to get her green card in her hand. So she did good. She got it quick, but it was done in the winter months. Okay. So if you're experiencing a slow processing time right now, it's not anything to be concerned about. It just means you got to be a little bit more patient. So like I said, I throw all my pixie dust on everybody. Priyanka, hello Diego and Karina. Priyanka in Alabama, but now in Michigan, right? Priyanka's in Michigan now. How's everybody? Miguel, hi Diego and Karina. How are you all doing? We are good. We're doing great. I got my Mountain Dew hat on, and it's August, so it's hot here in Florida. Very hot. And in fact, the computer down here says there is a heat advisory in effect. Let's see. Francois Livingston, good evening. Diego and Karina, how are you two doing? We are good. Francois, lots of pixie dust for Francois for her interview coming up for her beneficiary Hamid in the United Arab Emirates. Miguel, how long is an I-693 valid for? It's good. Well, it depends. In the foreign country, it's good for 6 months. If you can get a second copy, you can use it for your green card application if it hasn't expired within the 6 months. If you can get a second copy. In the United States, I put a 6-month window of time on a 693. So when you get to the United States, repeat your medical exam, get a brand new 693 filled out and completed and signed by a doctor, get your vaccinations recertified by a doctor in the United States, and put that in your green card application. So that way you don't get an RFE or a denial because they can't find your medical exam. It's a 50-50 crapshoot. It's like you're in Las Vegas. Some immigration officers will accept the medical exam from Colombia or wherever, and as long as it's in a sealed envelope. Okay? But 99% of the time, you're going to get to America, you're not going to have a medical exam. And lots of folks are thinking, well, I had the medical exam overseas. I don't need to repeat it. Yes, you do. Resubmit a brand new medical exam with a civil surgeon authorized by the State Department to conduct green card medical exams. That's why they're in America, right? They're on a list of people that can give medical exams for green cards. If they were not needed, they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't be getting paid by, they wouldn't be on the State Department's list of approved doctors. So 6 months, Miguel. David Patch, hey Diego, it's been a while. Sharon and I got married on August the 3rd. Such a great feeling. Now I want to take the next steps for the green card, for her green card. All right, David, that's a Mountain Dew salute. For David and his beautiful wife who just got married. So congratulations. Mountain Dew salute. Now you're just going to get your package ready for your green card. Uno Mikey, hello. I just submitted all my documents, MVC documents for my Colombian wife. So you're on an IR1 or you're either an IR1 or CR1 spousal visa. How long does it take to get a response from the National Visa Center after I submit it? Well, assuming you uploaded everything correctly to the database, you should be getting documentally qualified checks going on in your SEAC account. If you're on a spousal visa, Uno Mikey, you're on a spousal visa, the National Visa Center will look at your uploaded documents and when they approve them, they get documentally qualified. Approved. Give them like, it took 2 to 4 weeks to look at it. They're busy people. So I don't know when you submitted your documents, but it usually takes about a month. Priyanka, I have sent AR11 changing address to USCIS. That's a good move. If you move, you got to tell immigration where you're at. I've arrived in Michigan on August 1st and sent to USCIS changing address on August 2nd. So you're within the 10-day limitation. If you move, Mr. and Mrs. New beneficiary from a foreign country, and the spouse, this pertains to the American citizen also. If you are a U.S. citizen married to a foreign national who's on a temporary green card or 2-year or 10-year green card, and if you move, you got to notify immigration. If you don't, Mr. American citizen, you could end up in jail. So make sure you notify immigration. If you move, let immigration know where you live, what your new address is. You can do that with that form, okay? The AR-11. Francois, getting ready to mail all those papers in a few days. Okay, Francois. Sorry I missed the live chat Saturday, but I had to work. No, we took a day off. Saturday we don't get a bunch of people, really. What day is it today? Today's Wednesday. So mainly we get people seem to be more interested in the channel on Wednesdays and Saturdays, not so much on Mondays. But you missed it on Saturday. We were here Saturday, but we took a day off on Monday. So we got what? 3 people watching the channel right now. 3 people. So if you're getting bored with the channel, if it's not beneficial, just let us know and we'll just tone it down a little bit. Maybe we'll just go to 2 days a week. We'll just go Wednesdays and Saturdays. Okay. So if you guys aren't watching, then there's no point in me sitting here talking to a camera that's nobody's looking at. Francois is getting ready to mail in the documents. Priyanka, my husband is still in Alabama, but will be joining me in September. Well, that's next month. So the time goes by pretty quick. So that's no problem. Priyanka, you're good. Time goes by pretty quick. Francois Livingston, my fiance got all the necessary vaccines all at once. Well, that's a Mountain Dew salute. Ouch. Woohoo. That must have hurt. Only one left is a booster for COVID later on. Get the booster in the United States. Get it done here. Ray Ramirez. Hola, Diego and Karina. Hola, Ray. What's going on? ¿Cómo estás? Miguel. So if we get another I-693 in the United States, then it's valid for 6 months. We are about to send out green card out. Do you have a 693 that was signed by a civil surgeon in a sealed envelope? With your vaccinations certified, that's got to go in your green card package. If you don't, it's going to be a problem. Okay? So if you don't have that, I recommend you get it done before you mail in your green card application. Repeat the medical exam. I did. I paid $175 and Karina had her medical exam completely redone over in Florida. Her vaccinations were recertified by the civil surgeon and it was all put in a sealed envelopes and taped up, and we put it in the green card application, and Karina got a green card in 3.5 months in her hand. Francois Diego, do I need to be in touch with the embassy in Abu Dhabi at all because the NOA2 expires September 18th? No, you've already scheduled the visa interview. The visa interview is on September 18th, which is the new expiration date of your NOA2 letter. You don't have to maintain contact, but you got to make sure Hamid goes to his visa interview. Okay? Paulino Gomes. Hello, Diego. My fiance and I are in Daytona Beach. I hope you're doing well. Daytona. That's awesome. So hopefully you didn't get too much rain from the hurricane that blew through. It was, I don't know if it was going to hit us or where it was going to go, but it didn't hit us. It went off into what? The eastern panhandle of Florida. Just another hurricane. We survived another hurricane. It was close too. Uno Mike, I'm doing the spouse visa and I submitted it on July 29th. Which medical doctor did you take your wife when she had to do the medical exam? Well, there's only one that you can go to, and it's on the 9th floor of the doctor's office in Bogota, and it's Dr. Dennis is the individual. Which medical doctor? Dr. Dennis is the guy that does the medical exams for spousal visas in Colombia. And he's on the 9th floor, I believe it is, the 9th or 10th floor. I think it's the 9th floor. Piso 9. The 9th floor of the the doctor's office in Bogota. And you should have got an email with the directions to the doctor's office. Ray Ramirez, where do I send my K1 visa packet? I live in Georgia. You live in Georgia. You want to know where to send the K1 visa packet? You send it to Louisville, Texas. Louisville, Texas is where you mail your K1 visa packet to. Or are you asking about the green card? Let me double check, because everybody in the whole United States, everyone who lives in America, who's applying for a K1 visa, they all go to Louisville, Texas. Okay? But if you're applying for a green card, there's different addresses. There's 4 different places that you send a green card application. Depends on where you live. We live in Florida, so we had to mail our green card application to Chicago. Miguel, yes, we have a new sealed I-693. Just want to make sure it's still valid as we got it in May. May to June, June, July. Oh, yeah, you're good. Miguel, Mountain Dew salute. You're still good. You will get it. You will not have a problem with a medical exam in May. Jan sure can on one time. Hey, Diego, you guys look good. Mashallah. Well, thank you. We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. It's hot here in Florida. It's 94 degrees outside, and it's 6:16 in the evening time, Central Time, and it's 94 degrees. It's pretty warm, but I like warm. That's why I live in Florida. I don't like being cold. Priyanka, does my husband should inform USCIS with change in address? Yes, Priyanka. When your husband moves to Michigan to be with you, he must send an AR-11 form to immigration telling them his new address. Okay? Sponsors and beneficiaries both must notify immigration of their new address. If we move, and if I move first, I got to tell immigration where I'm at. Then Karina follows along after me 2 weeks later, and she has to tell immigration where she's at. If we move together, we both have to tell immigration where we're at. I send an AR-11 form in. Karina sends an AR-11 form in. 2 AR-11 forms, 2 address changes. Okay? If you don't, Mr. Sponsor, if you don't, you get in trouble by immigration. Nong Vang NV Homes. Look at that super sticker from Nong Vang NV Homes. Thank you. That's a Mountain Dew salute, Nong Vang. Nong Vang says, hello, Diego and Karina. I am so excited to let you and everyone know that my wife's green card was approved. Well, congratulations. Everyone here, we all make it as we did. That's good, Nong Vang NV Homes. Now, I remember, Nong Vang, back in the day, didn't your wife come, your new wife come here from Africa, right? I think, wasn't she on the west coast of Africa? And then you got it. Was it the Ivory Coast? If I'm trying to remember. Then you got an RFE, and we had to fix the RFE. It's a lot of stuff, and you made it, Nong Bang. And Uno Mikey, look at that super sticker from Uno Mikey. Uno Mikey says thanks. Well, we thank you because Karina, she likes to eat those breakfasts at Hardee's, and I get the Mountain Dew. And that was fantastic. Uno Mikey and Nong Bang, thank you guys. Francois, NOA2 expired September 12th, interview September 18th. Your NOA2 letter, Francois, is good until September 18th. Your NOA2 letter is extended to September 18th because you've got a visa interview scheduled. Priyanka, me and my husband filled out AR-11 and sent it on August 2nd. If his name is included on the AR-11, then you're good. Ray Ramirez, I-129F, they go to Louisville, Texas. Every single I-129F K-1 visa application, they all go to Louisville, Texas, the address, and fill out a check. Don't use your credit card to pay for the K-1 visa. Write a check to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Okay? Miguel, what if my wife and I are living together with my mom and cannot get our names on the rent contract nor on the utility bills? Then can we prove we live together from other means? Well, you're going to have to prove you live together. You can get your friends to write letters to you, okay, and say, congratulations, Miguel, etc. Address it to you and your wife, okay, to where you live. Driver's licenses. When she gets, you're going to submit the green card application. You can't get a driver's license without a social security number and a green card because that's the rule here in Florida. Ask your mom if you can add your name and your wife's name as part of the rent contract. See if you can add your names to it. Ask the person that you rent the house from if you can add your names as part of the leases. It's kind of difficult to do. If you can't get your name on utility bills, you can get phone bills together, right? You can put each other's name on the phone on the phone bills. Get a joint phone service together with the address on it. That's another way you can prove it. But what I would do, Miguel, is I would write a letter, an affidavit, and say, look, dear USCIS, my wife and I live with my mom right now temporarily, and we are unable to put our name on the rent contract or the utility bills. Write a letter of explanation, and then have your mom write a letter of explanation and say that you and your wife live in her house. This is an affidavit from your mom saying that you live together, and you are unable to put your names on the utility bill or the lease contract to the rent contract. Put affidavits in there. Explain the why. Okay, that's good. That's good enough. Uno Mikey, I see a lot of bad reviews about Dr. Dennis on Google reviews. What's your thoughts on him? He did a fantastic job. I don't pay attention to Google reviews. Google reviews are where people go to cry like little babies because they didn't get things the way they wanted. Whether it's their hamburger wasn't warm enough, or the restaurant was too noisy, or Google reviews. I don't pay attention to them. I pay attention to what I experience. And Karina and I went to the medical exam in Bogota, Colombia, and Karina had no problems with Dr. Dennis, and he did a fantastic job. So you see a lot of bad reviews. So you see a lot of people who didn't get their medical exams approved. So they're on there trying to discredit Dr. Dennis. Well, I didn't get my medical approved. Okay, well, that's not Dr. Dennis's fault. Okay, he just does as he's told by the State Department. Dr. Dennis is a good doctor. Fantastic job. No problems with Dr. Dennis. And I don't pay attention to Google reviews. Well, I stayed at this hotel and it was horrible. Really? What? Oh, the towels. I didn't get enough towels for my shower. Whoa, pity party poo. I mean, seriously. Priyanka, So I've sent the AR-11 that I moved to Michigan from Alabama. Does my husband also staying in Alabama? No, only when he moves. Here, listen up, Priyanka. Let me make it clear. You filed an AR-11 to say you moved to Michigan. Good. Your husband does not do anything until he gets to Michigan. When he gets to Michigan, he then updates his address with immigration with an AR-11. He does nothing. Okay, he hasn't moved. He's still at the address where he told immigration he was at. Lao, yeah, Nong Vang Envy Homes, Laos. That's right, man. Sorry about that. She's from Laos. Our package went smooth. So from K1 petition to embassy approval and to green card approval was about 2 years. Yeah, about the same for Karina. But thanks to this channel, it kept our heads up. Nong Vang Envy Homes. I hope you're selling lots of homes. It was Laos. That's correct. I remember now. Mount Dew salute to Nong Vang Envy Homes and his beautiful bride. Welcome to the United States of America. Nikita Ajani, Nong Vang, how much time did it take for the green card approval? Let me see here. K Messenger. Hola Diego and Karina, ¿cómo estás ustedes? Muy bien. Gracias. K Messenger. Now K Messenger was from Mexico. And they lived in a place I can't pronounce. The name of the city that K Messenger used to live in, I can't pronounce the name of it. I think it was indigenous from the indigenous Aztecs. I don't know. K Messenger, when you renew your green card to 10-year, you don't renew a 2-year green card. Okay, that you do not renew a 2-year green card. You lift the status off the conditions. You renew a 10-year green card. And the question is, what is the current renewal fee? $760, I think it is. I can't remember. I think it's $760. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% sure it's $760. But you don't renew a 2-year green card into a 10-year. You lift the conditions off of a 2-year green card. A 2-year green card, okay, is conditional. It's good for 24 months. And then you minus 3 months from the expiration date, and then you lift the conditions off of it and apply for a 10-year. When you get your 10-year green card, if you don't become a U.S. citizen within 10 years, then you renew the 10-year green card. You don't lift the conditions off of a 10-year green card. You just renew it. But a 2-year green card is only good for 2 years. You have to lift the conditions off of it. You do not renew it. There's no such animal in immigration speak that says you renew a 2-year green card. Doesn't exist. You lift the conditions and you get a 10-year. Just a question for the future. Thank you so much for your help. As always, Mountain Dew salute for K Messenger. It's $760 to lift the conditions off a 2-year green card. I'm pretty sure I'm about 99.9% correct. Paolo Amorim. Hi, Diego and Karina. How are you guys doing? We're good. I want to know what happened after one applies for the green card. Is there a new interview process? It depends. If you put together a fantastic green card package with no errors and a ton of evidence of cohabitation that you guys can prove you guys live together, include pictures of your wedding, your honeymoon, include pictures from when you first started dating all the way up to when you got married. So Karina and I, we had pictures from 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. When we applied for Karina's green card, her 2-year conditional green card, we had pictures from 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, which was good. She got a green card in like 3.5 months. Is there a new interview process, Paolo? Yes. It all depends. If you don't put together a strong green card application, immigration is going to want to see you. They're going to want to talk to you face to face. But if you put together a really strong green card package, they don't have time to talk to you. If you can prove in writing you guys are in real relationship, etc., you're good. You won't get to see another immigration officer until you apply for U.S. citizenship. Let me see. Priyanka, my husband, the petitioner, is in Alabama. That's fine. You moved to Michigan. Okay. On the AR-11, just sent only my name. That's okay. Does my husband send another AR-11 that he lives in Alabama? No. Immigration already knows he lives in Alabama. Okay. When he moves to Michigan, he has to submit an AR-11 to say he moved to Michigan. Not until he moves. Right? He hasn't moved yet. Okay. But if he's going to be, if he's moving there in September, mail it right before he moves. Francois, after reviewing my favorite form, the I-134, the Declaration of Financial Support, I am stumped on a tiny thing. Page 6, question 14, last column, even though I have no dependents, do I put money for me? In other words, number 14 stays blank. On page 6 of question 14, you put in there your total income for the year and 0 dependents. Total income for the year, how much money do you make in a year? That's what you put in there. Okay? How many dependents do you have? 0. So it'll be 0 dependents. Miguel, well, we can add our names to the rent contract, but my mother pays the rent. And since I'll be sending my bank statements, I don't want USCIS to think I'm making up a story. You're not making up a story. Put your names, okay, on the rent contract. Put both your names onto the rent contract and include that in your green card application. Okay? Make sure you do that. Immigration's not going to care less where the money comes from, who pays the rent. They don't care who pays the rent. They just want to see your names on the rent contract. It shows cohabitation. Okay? Now, I'm not an immigration attorney, guys. I don't give you legal advice, anything like that. I don't work for USCIS. But I got all this experience in doing this. I got 9 years of doing this. I can do this in my sleep. That's why we put the channel together. It was Karina's idea. We were in Colombia, Villa de Leyva. We put the channel together. But remember, there's probably no question on immigration regarding K1s or green cards that I cannot answer the question to. I know the answer to it. So Miguel, put your names on the rent, okay, on the rental agreement. Ahmed Shalabi, do I have to make new medical exam and take all vaccines to apply for the change of status? You don't have to redo the vaccinations. You do have to redo the medical exam. You get to the United States, you redo the medical exam, and you recertify the vaccinations. So you get your vaccination chart and recertify it. That's all you're going to do. Francois, look at that. Super, it's a super chat. I get confused. What's a super chat or a super sticker? Karina she tells me what it is. Ma'am, do salute to Francois. Ahmed, you need to redo the medical exam by a civil surgeon authorized by the U.S. State Department in America. Get a brand new 693 filled out, signed by the doctor. Okay? Recertify the vaccinations. You don't have to redo them. You just got to recertify them by the doctor. Nong Vang, talking to Nikita, I submitted a green card I-545 petition in April. Our case was approved August 3rd. So about 3 months. Okay. And Nikita Jenny, that's great. Congratulations. Nick Guzman, hi, I'm currently filling out form I-485. Woohoo! Filling out the I-485. After getting married with my wife on K1 visa, part 1, question 22, non-immigrant visa number from passport. Is it the control number or the K1 visa? It's the passport number. You're on question 22. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what is it? I'll tell you right now. Part 1, question 22. What page is that? Well, let's just go to question 22. Non-immigrant visa number from this passport. There's nothing goes in there. It's irrelevant. You fill out question 18. The passport number used at the last arrival in the United States. You put in your beneficiary's passport number in number 18. Number 19 is irrelevant. Then you put on number 20 the expiration date of the passport. And then 21 is the country that issued the passport. Then 22 is the non-immigrant visa number from this passport. It's irrelevant. Non-immigrant visa number. There's nothing goes in there. Place of last arrival into the United States. Where did you arrive? Which state? And what was the date? That's it right there. And look, Francois, look at that. Francois, sorry if I made your head spin with all the I-134 questions. Yeah, okay. It's hard to make my head spin, okay? Mountain Dew salute for Francois. My head does not get spun out with immigration. Immigration, okay, is a pain. It's a long, slow process. It's a stressful process sometimes. But I never get my head spun out over it. So, Nick Guzman, control number on K1 visa. Non-immigrant visa number from passport. Is it the control number on the K1 visa? Just leave it blank. K Messenger, sorry, used the wrong nomenclature. We are pending our green card approval, so we should be hopeful not to have any in-person interview. Our green card application was very robust and complete. Okay, you put together a fantastic green card application, K Messenger. You already know how to do that. You've watched the videos. You've listened to me for a long time. So you should be all right. You're good to go. Paolo Amorin, thank you. You're welcome. Miguel to Nick Guzman, there should be a number in red at the bottom right of the visa, but I think Diego said, but it's not applicable. Don't even put nothing in there. Immigration, all they care about is they want to look at the K1 visa, they want to see the I-94, and they want to see your passport number, and it matches the passport that you took a picture of and included in your green card application. Priyanka, thank you, Diego. When my husband moves to Michigan, we will send the AR1 for him that he moved to Michigan. That's good. That's correct. Man, Priyanka, you are top of the class today. And K Messenger's pending the green card. And hopefully you don't have another in-person interview. I don't think you will. If you did what I said, if you followed the videos, listened to my, my experience, I've got 9 years. That's a lot of time. You don't need an immigration attorney to do this process, guys. An immigration attorney, for the most part, they do a good job. But when you use an immigration attorney, number one, you're losing $3,000 or $4,000 to fill out simple paperwork. It's not hard to fill out an I-129F, which goes to Louisville, Texas. It's not hard to fill out a green card application. It's not. Most people get confused with a green card application on the form I-864 with the family size. That's what confuses most people. If you get stuck on that, ask me and I will unstuck you. I will help you. Yeah, so Priyanka, when your husband moves to Michigan, he fills out an AR-11 and sends it in to change his address. But right now, he doesn't do anything. Nick Guzman to Miguel, thanks, man. You were on spot on. Cheers, Diego. Got it. Much appreciated. There you go. Bawan BLS official. I like that. Bawan BLS official. Sounds like you're a referee for like the Olympics or something. Hi, Diego. What's going on, Bawan? And Priyanka, my company in the United States asked me to go to Sweden on business trip in November. I got a letter from HR that is a business trip. If you're going to leave the United States, make sure you have, Priyanka, make sure you have plenty of evidence with you when you come back to the United States that you did not abandon your green card. Remember, you just got your 2-year green card. Now you're fixing to jet off to Sweden for a business trip. When you go to Sweden on your business trip with your 2-year green card, make sure you bring with you your driver's license if you have it, your rent agreement, your rental agreement with your place where you live in Michigan with your husband's name on it, evidence of you guys being in a relationship. Get some bills together, like the electric bill and things like that, and bring the evidence of that with you to your trip to Sweden. So when you come back to the United States, you don't get a hard time from the Border Patrol or the customs agent, or whatever you want to call them, the immigration people. They may ask you, Priyanka, why did you leave the United States? You just got your green card. Why did you leave? Well, I went on a business trip for my company that I work for in the United States. Okay, You prove. They asked you, can you prove it? Well, yeah. Here's my letter from my boss sending me on a business trip. That's evidence number one. What if the Border Patrol officer says, well, you need to prove that you didn't abandon your green card. You guys are still together, right? Well, yeah. Here's my driver's license. Here's my name on the rental agreement with my husband. Here's my name on the electric bill with my husband in Michigan. Here's my name on the gas bill, the phone bill. You got to prove you guys are still together, okay? The Border Patrol get pretty strict when people leave the country and they just got their green card. Then all of a sudden they're leaving the country. They think you have abandoned your green card. So you got to prove that you didn't. Francois Livingston, Diego, further. Wait, Rooster, my Mountain Dew contribution from Rooster. Rooster gets a Mountain Dew salute. Thank you, Rooster. We appreciate you guys. Francois, let's see, Francois. For the letters of intent, I added a few things from the last time, which was submitted 3 months ago. Is it if Hamid does the same thing? Yeah. Hamid can do the same thing. He can repeat the stuff. You're just updating the fact that you are, recertifying that you guys are still legally free and able to marry each other. Basically, what you're doing. There's a lot of people on a K-1 visa. They get sick and tired of waiting for the K-1 visa to get approved, so they get married, and their K-1 visa gets terminated. Then all of us, but they didn't notify immigration they got married. So you're on a K-1 visa, you get married because you're sick and tired of waiting, and then all of a sudden your K-1 visa gets approved. And you're like, uh-oh, our K-1 visa got approved. Immigration are going to make you testify on a legal document that you didn't get married while waiting for your K-1 visa. That's the purpose of the letter of intent, to get married for the second time. K Messenger, this process is time consuming, but I would not consider it stressful. No, it's just a pain waiting. I followed your instructions exactly, no additions or deletions. And K Messenger, you made it. You got here. Y'all got married and everybody's happy. And we're happy for you. We're glad you're here. Okay? It's not fun being separated from your loved ones. It's not good. Nong Vang Envy Home. So now that my wife will receive her green card, next goal is to get her U.S. citizenship. Oh, wait a second. Which is 3 years if married to a U.S. citizen. That's correct. My question is, is her green card approval date the start date? Yes. Now listen, Nong Vang Envy Homes. Listen, the issue date that on the 2-year green card is when the 3-year window of time starts for U.S. citizenship. But you got to lift the conditions off that 2-year green card and apply for the 10-year green card first. You get the 10-year green card after the 2-year green card is terminated, because it's conditional. The time still starts from the date of the issue date on your 2-year green card. For 3 years, you got to wait to become a citizen. So you get your 2-year green card. You lift the conditions off the 2-year green card after you get your 10-year green card, and then you apply for U.S. citizenship probably 9 months after you receive your 10-year green card. So the immigration is making all this money off you. Okay, it's a business, right? But that's the process. Your wife can apply for U.S. citizenship 3 years, actually 3 months minus 3 years, 36 months minus 3 months, so at 33 months from the issue date of the 2-year green card. K Messenger, your directional videos are simple to follow. Thank you so much. We got to make it simple. Immigration made the process complicated. You got to have a PhD in some kind of psychological law degree in order to understand all the gobbly-gob that immigration write in USCIS instruction manuals. I don't know who wrote those instruction manuals on how to fill out an I-129F. So I simplified it so you guys can understand it. Because if you are new to immigration, if you've never applied for a green card before or a K-1 visa, if you read some of the stuff the immigration puts out there, you're going to mess it up because it's confusing and it doesn't give a complete explanation. Okay? That's government bureaucrats writing stuff, right? So I simplified it down to 11th grade level, so you guys can really get down and file for your visas and green cards without making mistakes. And Rooster, thank you, Rooster, everybody for the super chats and the super stickers. We do appreciate you guys. Priyanka, my husband and I are in rental agreement. He is on my car deed. Your lease agreement. You have a car lease, right? He is on utilities, internet, etc. I will submit to Border Patrol if they ask me. There you go. Carry that with you when you travel. Bring it with you, okay? Because they may ask you. If they do, don't panic. Say, okay, well, here I can prove I live in America. Here I am on this bill, that bill. Here I am on my rental, not my rental, my lease agreement for my automobile. You're not going to abandon a brand new automobile lease, right? So bring the lease agreement to your car or SUV with you also. Orlando Lopez. Hello, lovely couple. Hello, lovely couple. My fiance's interview is late next week in Bogota. The scary interview in Bogota, Colombia. 10,300 feet above sea level. In the Andes Mountains in northern Bogota. It's piece of cake, Orlando. It's easy peasy pudding and pie. You've got this. Don't forget, Orlando, you don't have to translate documents into English. The birth certificate, the police certificate for Colombia doesn't have to be translated into English for the K-1 visa interview in Bogota. But for the green card application, it has to be translated into English. But you don't need the police certificate from Colombia for the green card application. You just need to translate her birth certificate into English for the green card application. But Orlando, Bogota, Bawan BLS_official. I'm in the Dominican Republic. Very nice. Right now, but I'm a Haitian. Okay. It's kind of difficult to get a K-1 visa interview at the U.S. Embassy in Haiti right now. In fact, it's next to zero impossible. We applied for the K-1 visa. We got approved, but the Embassy of the Dominican Republic will never send me the letter for the interview. What do you think about that? Well, if you are in the Dominican Republic, you need to be going to the U.S. Embassy and asking them why you can't set your appointment. Send them an email. Okay, have your sponsor, U.S. citizen sponsor, contact his senator or her senator, and have the senator contact the embassy in the Dominican Republic. Did the National Visa Center send your K-1 visa approval to the Dominican Republic or to Haiti? MVC already sent the case to the embassy 3 months ago. Okay, so basically the MVC sent your K-1 visa application to the embassy in the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic's busy right now. It's the summertime. Every embassy around the world is busy right now with processing visas. So if the MVC received it, you got to send an email once a month, twice a month to the U.S. Embassy and stay in touch with them and ask them for an update on your case. Francois, sure hope you will continue this awesome channel. Yeah, we continue. We're going, but when we're doing 3 times a week, I don't know if you guys get bored with the stuff for 3 times a week. Maybe we'll just change it to 2 times a week. Maybe we'll just go to Saturdays and Wednesdays, because Mondays, people don't usually watch it on a Monday, so I don't want to be on the live stream and you guys getting bored. So Wednesdays and Saturdays is probably the best way to do this, so you guys don't get bored, and you guys, I'm not going to give up the channel. That's going to continue. Nong Vang Envy Homes, right on. That's what I figured at, but we'll be ready and continue to support the channel. We appreciate that. Keep it up with the great videos and live streams. It's very valuable. We're on it. I haven't made any videos this month. It's August 7th. I haven't made a video yet. But I'll make one. I'll make a video tomorrow. Karina's at work. I'll make a video. K Messenger, getting my dolphins. That was not simple, as I recall. Several thousand steps to recall. Your help is appreciated. We live near the border and we cross the checkpoint super easy. There you go. Now everybody listen. When K Messenger says when he was getting his dolphins, that was a certification for either a fleet ballistic missile submarine or a fast attack submarine. If you get assigned to a submarine, you have to qualify to serve on that submarine, which means you got to know that submarine inside and out. You got to know everything from damage control, weapon systems, engineering, etc., etc., etc. Then you got to take an exam and go in front of a board. Getting your certification to serve on a U.S. Navy submarine is extremely difficult. Okay, so that's what K Messenger is talking about. K Messenger, we took your advice and kept a copy of all documents in the car. That is good advice, and I'm glad you followed that advice. Good job, good job, K Messenger. Priyanka, thank you, Diego and Karina. Thank you for answering questions. That's why we're here. We always answer your questions. Okay, we're here. But doing it 3 times a week, I don't know if it's overkill. I mean, it's your channel. It's your YouTube channel. But to me, it's overkill. I think Wednesdays and Saturdays is more than enough time. You know, that's about 8 to 10 hours of live stream a month, which is pretty good, right? Bow on BLS official. Thanks. I will do that. Yeah, get in touch with the embassy. You got to stay in touch with the embassy in the Dominican Republic. Francois, interview 7:15 in the morning. Suggested to Hammett to be there a half hour before the scheduled time. I recommend that too. He's going to stay at a hotel near the embassy. Good plan, because his apartment is about an hour away from the embassy. If he's an hour away from the embassy and gets stuck in traffic, okay, it's a good idea for him to stay in a hotel where he can get up and walk to the embassy. Okay. Now, Karina and I, we rented an apartment in Bogota, Colombia, that was 20 minutes away from the U.S. Embassy on the bus. And we had to ride, what, 2 buses or 3 buses? 3 buses. 2 buses. We rode the Transmillennial. It was 1 bus. Oh, it was just 1 bus. Okay, so we rented an apartment that was very close to the embassy. Okay, so it was easy for us. We would not drive in Bogota because the traffic is horrendous. It's horrendous traffic, okay? But the Transmillennial is easy. It's just poof. Rooster, pregunta para ti. Te gusta tu trabajo? She loves her job, Rooster. She's having a blast. And everybody loves Karina where she works. Huh? Yeah, she loves what she's doing. Let me see. Francois, was it Karina's visa interview super early too? ¿Qué hora tu cita para Estados Unidos? It's 7 a.m. in the morning, but Karina was there at 6 o'clock. She got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was sick as a dog. She was the second person in line for the interview. She was almost the first person in line. But she had to follow the instructions of the embassy, or she would have been first. But somebody jumped in front of her. She said there was a bunch of visa processing going on: student visas, tourist visas, K1 visas. It was like a zoo in Colombia. This is for Colombia. So Francois, Karina's visa interview was 7 o'clock in the morning. She got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. She was there she got there. She got ready, you know. She got all the documents organized. She checked everything. She went over the documents again and again, and then she had her interview, and she did good. She was second in line for the interview. Josias Pazelli. Hi, Diego. Finally, I'm back again. Well, welcome, Josias. We're glad you're here. How is your family? How's everybody? Come on. K Messenger, what documents should we keep retaining for preparing for the removal of conditions on a green card? You gotta have a certified copy of your marriage certificate for the removal of conditions. You need a certified copy of your marriage certificate, certified copies of any divorce decrees, or annulments or divorce or death certificates. Keep your passport from expiring. Make sure that you include the biographic page of both your passports. Keep collecting the bills, bank statements. Basically, what you're doing is when you lift the conditions off the 2-year green card, you're basically reapplying for the real green. Now you're applying for the real green card. So you're going to have a ton of evidence for your 10-year green card. You're going to take trips together. You're going to have vacations together. You're going to be on tax returns together as joint tax. You file your taxes as married couple. You got to have a minimum of at least 2 tax returns, minimum, with both names on the tax return. Keeping collections of pictures over the next 2 years. Keep your pictures with friends and family. Okay. When you're applying for the 10-year green card, basically that's the real thing. The 2-year green card is just a probationary. Okay, it's just probationary. So basically, K-Messenger, what you're going to do is you're going to keep retaining the documents: marriage certificate, original certified copy, divorce decrees, your passport, biographic pages. If your wife starts working in the United States, a copy of the contract of where she works. Karina's working for a company, and she has they printed up her W-4 and all that other information. I made copies of that for her 10-year green card. We're planning 2 years down the road, minus 3 months. You apply for your 10-year green card 3 months before or 90 days before your 2-year green card is terminated. Remember, a 2-year green card is not renewable. At 2 years, it no longer exists. It becomes obsolete. Just like when you landed in the United States with a K-1 visa, the K-1 visa becomes obsolete, and now you're on an I-94, right? The 2-year green card becomes obsolete on the expiration date. It's no longer valid. You cannot renew it. It's obsoleted. Okay? So you have to lift those conditions off of it and get your real green card, your 10-year green card. Francois, got to keep in mind because it's summer and people might be on vacation. That's true. Osias, Diego, got my name in internet bill, electrical, trash, the lease of the apartment we are renting. Also, I opened up a bank account in the United States and a joint account with my wife. There you go. When those bank statements come in, Osias, you can white out the account numbers, but they want to see, the immigration want to see the date that you open the account, that you're both on the same bank account, that you're commingling funds together. Okay? Immigration want to see the commingling of funds. Very good job, Josias. You did good. I'm about to go to my I-693 in Las Vegas before I send my green card application. So what you're going to do is you're going to go get your medical exam redone in Las Vegas. Very good. That's in Clark County, Nevada. It's going to be hot. It's hot, right? In Las Vegas, it's hot. And you got to be prepared for busy traffic. There's a lot of traffic in Las Vegas, okay? So get up early and be prepared for a lot of traffic. You have your marriage certificate, wedding pictures. Is that enough proof for my green card? You got to be get a Sam's Club card, get a BJ's Warehouse Club card. You and your wife have a library cards together. You got to prove cohabitation. Lots of pictures. Go back to when you first started dating each other. When Karina applied for a green card, we had pictures from 2021. You know, when we were dating in Bogota with her friends, pictures with her friends in 2021 when Karina was the manager of an ice cream store. She was like the boss, the accountant. She did it all. We got pictures all the way back then, from then. That went in the green card application. When we apply for the 10-year green card, we're going to have pictures from 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. 6 years worth of pictures. It's going to be a timeline. Okay? It's going to be like Jurassic Park timeline. Right? So good luck, Josias, with your medical exam. Get it done. Francois says congratulations to Josias Pazzelli. And I'm trying to remember, Josias, weren't you from, what country were you from? Were you from Brazil? I'm trying to remember where you're from, Josias. Forgive me if I can remember. Josias, we got married in 60 days. You got married 60 days ago. I'm planning to send the green card application before September 11th. So that should be like 90 days since I got to the United States. There you go. Just make sure you didn't make any mistakes on the form 485. Make sure there's no mistakes on the form 864. The form 693 is filled out by the doctor. The civil surgeon's administrative assistant, they do the paperwork on the 693. They sign it, they certify your vaccinations, and they put it in a sealed envelope. Put that in your green card application and put together a cover sheet for your green card package. A cover sheet. A cover sheet. From Josias to USCIS, wherever you're going to mail it. You live in Las Vegas. You're in Nevada, right? Item 1, check 4, how much it is. Item 2, form 485. Form 2, 864. Form 3, 863. Biographic page of my passport. You got to put a cover sheet together, which lists everything that's in your green card application. Don't forget to include the I-94. Don't forget to include the I-94 and a copy of the K-1 visa also. Josias, I want to know if having all these documents ready is enough to get my green card. Yeah, it is. Should I get all the bills for a month and then send them in the green card? Yes, I've been saying that, guys. If your name, Karina's name is on the trash bill, it's on the water bill, it's on the sewer bill, it's on all the services. When the bills came in, those bills with Karina and my name on it went in her green card package. So immigration, when they adjudicated her green card, they said, okay, well, Karina's she's responsible for the trash bill with me. Her name's on the bill. But you can't, but you got to get that information. It takes a couple of months to get it. So when you get married, you don't want to file your green card application right off the bat. You want to get all this evidence of cohabitation, which is about 60 days. Priyanka, my passport expires February 2025. Do I have to update USCIS that I renewed it? No, Priyanka. If your passport expires in 2025, you don't have to notify immigration. But when you submit for your 10-year green card, then you will include your new passport biographic page when you apply for your 10-year green card. That's when you update your passport information with immigration. Josias Pazzelli, I am also in the health insurance. I'm also on the health insurance of my wife. Yeah, so Karina, she's on my health insurance. I have a card for the insurance. Make a copy of the insurance card, include it in your green card application. Health insurance, car insurance, life insurance. Are you on the title to any cars, motorcycles, RVs? You got to be on the title to the car. Karina's on the title to the car. Something happens to me, Karina gets the car. Okay? Something happens to Karina, I get the car. You got to be joint owners, commingling of funds. Okay? And Priyanka, you update your passport information with immigration when you file for your 10-year green card. The Mountain Nomad, so Diego, it was only 2 months for Karina that she received her green card. It was 3 months and a couple of weeks. 3 months and a week. It was quick. February 29th, so let's say March, April, May, June, 3 months and 3 weeks. 3 months and 3 weeks. And it's time for some super lucky pixie dust for everybody who was applying for their green cards and K-1 visas. Josias, we are planning on getting my name on the title of the car. Also, I'm going to get a U.S. number and my wife in the same plan. Very good. So here's the thing. You don't plan on getting your name on the title to the car. There's no such thing as you're thinking or planning. You do it. You do it. Tomorrow is what? What day is it today? Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow, Josias, go to the motor vehicle division and put your name with your wife's name on the title to the car. Get it done tomorrow. Or do you have to set an appointment? You live in Nevada, right? Do you live in Las Vegas? Isn't it like a nightmare trying to get an appointment with the DMV in Las Vegas? I think the population's so big there, it's pretty much impossible. You gotta get an appointment for that, right? Oh, you're from Argentina. That's right. That's right. President Milei. That's right. We were talking about Javier Milei. You are really proud of him. Yeah, I'm going to give a Mountain Dew salute to the president of Argentina. The president of Argentina has saved the Argentinian economy from destruction from the socialists and the communists. He saved the economy. That's right, Osiris. I remember Argentina. Let's see. Priyanka, just to confirm, my husband doesn't have to send an AR-11 until he comes to Michigan. That's 100% correct, Priyanka, because he hasn't moved yet. When he moves to Michigan, that's when he files the paperwork, okay? So kind of relax on that. Calm down, Priyanka. You're good. But Osiris, yeah, I remember you're from Argentina. Why was I thinking Brazil? It was Argentina. Let me skip these freaking commercials. There you go. Yeah, Argentina. I want to go to Argentina. Now I've got a good mind to go. But when Karina becomes a U.S. citizen, we're not leaving the United States till she's a U.S. citizen. Josias, Diego, do I have to put the money for the green card application inside of the package? Yes, you do. You write a check. Here's who you make out the check to, right here. This is who you make out the check to. Pay attention. Josias. Class is in session, okay? This is who you make out the check to for your green card. You fill out the check for the correct amount. Don't mess up the amount, okay? If all you are doing is applying for your green card and biometrics, you're going to fill out the check for this amount right here, okay? And you put it in an envelope and you seal the envelope. And on the front of the envelope, you put check for green card and biometrics. You want to get a work permit. Why do you need a work permit? A work permit is going to cost you an extra $260, right? So you're going to pay immigration another $260 for a work permit and then you're going to get your green card maybe what? A month after you get your work permit? So you basically just gave immigration $260 to go party on. Save the money, put that $260 back in the bank, and just apply for your green card and the biometrics. Don't waste your money on the work permit. It's a waste of money. Karina got her work permit because it was free. April 1st. So remember, Karina applied for a green card on February 29th, 2024. She got her green card on June 25th. She got her work permit 4 weeks before she got her green card. So she got her work permit, and then 3.5 weeks later, she got her green card. I'm glad we didn't have to pay for that. Francois Livingston, Diego, why is the post office in your bad book? If a box is certified, then it should be okay to ship a box USPS in about $90 cheaper than the UPS for the same thing. Well, here's the thing with let's compare UPS, a private company that makes money, with the U.S. Postal Service, which is a government-run federal entity that's losing money. Do you want to trust your documents in the hands of a company that's losing money? Okay? The U.S. government, the United States Postal Service, is in a massive deficit. Okay? They cannot make money. UPS is making millions and millions of dollars. If a company is making money, they're going to make sure that your package is secure and it's going to get where it's supposed to go, because they want to make money. They don't want to go out of business. The U.S. Postal Service is run by the federal government, and they're in it for their pension. Okay, they're in it for their job security and for their free health care, and if they couldn't give a rat's monkey's butt if they make money or not. They don't care if they make money or not. So I look at it as a business, from a business point of view. If I'm in business and I'm making money, I want to keep my customer happy, right? But if I run in a business that doesn't function properly and I couldn't care less if I make money or not, then I'm not going to be as efficient. That's my opinion. It's just my opinion. I'm not saying the U.S. Postal Service does not do a good job. They do, for the most part, do a good job. But when they lost Karina's Social Security card, I had to file an investigation on them to get it. That's with the Postal Service. Let me see. Josias, the question is, how much time does it take to get the green card? It's about between 5 and 6 months in the summertime. Josias, they're very busy, unfortunately, but that's because of tourist visas primarily in all the embassies around the world, including Argentina. There's a lot of beautiful people from Argentina coming to America on vacation. It just so happens that everybody usually takes their vacation in August, July and August. So the embassies get real busy with tourist visas. Francois, I see. Thank you. Francois, I got no problem with the U.S. Postal Service. They do a good job for the most part. But didn't you watch? I just watched a news. I just watched the news a couple of days ago where the post office is saying don't use those blue post office drop boxes. Don't use the blue drop boxes because people have copied keys and are getting access to the blue drop boxes and they're stealing money. I'm serious. Use UPS, FedEx, or DHL. That's my opinion. 77 podcasts. Hey, Diego, how are you all? We are good. My fiance got a social security number, but it's valid for work only with DHS authorization. What does that mean? It means it's a temporary social security card, okay, that is only good for 90 days. When you get your green card in your hand, you go back to the Social Security Administration and you update your status to legal permanent resident. You got your green card. You go to the Social Security office and say, here's my green card. I'm now a legal permanent resident. The Social Security office will then update your status in the computer. They will mail you a brand new Social Security card. The number doesn't change, but it won't have any of that verbiage on it that says Homeland Security, Department of Homeland Security authorization only. Okay? Karina had the same thing happen to her. She had her Social Security card, but it had all this verbiage written all over it. But when she got her green card, she went back down to the Social Security office. She updated her status to legal permanent resident, and boom, they mailed her a brand new Social Security card with none of that writing on it. But right now, okay, you're in the process of a green card. You don't have it yet. The Social Security Administration is telling employers, if you get a work permit, this is just a temporary number until you get your green card. Once you get your green card, it goes away, but you got to apply for a new card. Josias, I'm thinking I'm probably not applying for my work permit. Don't waste your money. Let's just wait for the green card. That's right. But I don't know if it's a big risk because if the green card delays a lot, I will be stuck without working. It's your call. It's your $260. Okay, if you want to spend the $260, apply for the work permit. It's up to you. Okay, it's up to you. It's your decision. 77 podcasts. I'm going to marry her on August the 23rd. After that, what's the form to file for the green card? There's a bunch of forms. You got to fill out this. You got to fill out these forms right here. Okay. I'm writing them down. Right here. Those are the minimum. These are the mandatory right here. Plus this. Let me see. Those are the mandatories. It's a lot of work to fill out a green card paperwork. Okay? The beneficiary fills out the 485. The sponsor fills out the I-864. The civil surgeon fills out the I-693. You print the I-94 off the Border Patrol website. You got to include your marriage certificate, certified. Any divorce decree, certified. Pictures of your wedding, pictures of your honeymoon. You got to get your name on all the utility bills. You got to become joint bank account holders. You got to prove it with bank statements. Okay, you got to have pictures of your wedding, there's pictures going back to when you first started dating each other. I have made videos on how to adjust status for a green card. Watch the videos. It's much cheaper to watch a video for free with your Mountain Dew and your popcorn than it is to pay an immigration attorney $3,000 or $4,000 to fill out the paperwork for you. 77 podcasts. If you go into this channel and go into the channel where it says look across the channel for a video, type in adjustment of status, green card application. Look for the videos. They're like 15 or 20 minutes. Let me see here. Hosias, can I work at any job with a work permit? Yeah, except for the government. If you cannot work in a civil service job, that requires a security clearance. Okay, so you can do any job you want with a work permit. You want to be a doctor, a dentist, if you want to be a lumberjack, if you want to be a heart surgeon, if you want to go work at McDonald's, you can do it with the work permit. You can do anything you want with a work permit, but you cannot get a job with a security clearance on a military installation or a government contract like with Boeing or Lockheed Martin. If you got a degree in advanced engineering or physics, okay, and you got a work permit, you cannot get a job with Elon Musk at SpaceX because you got to have a security clearance to get that job. And in order to get that security clearance, you got to be a U.S. citizen. Kayor, if I did biometrics on May 1st, when should I expect my green card? By October. May, June, July, August, September, October. October or November, you should get your green card at this point. Hosias, I tried Mountain Dew, the blue one. Okay, Hosias, Bebeda, Azul. Karina doesn't like the blue Mountain Dew. And it's so good. But I'm going to give you a Mountain Dew salute for trying the blue Mountain Dew because it's, for me, I like it. Karina, she doesn't like it. She's like, no, but I like it. So, Hosias, the blue Mountain Dew will match the color of your flag of your former country, Argentina. And Francois gets the last word. I don't know how to thank you for getting Hamid and I to where we are. Oh, I know, magnets from the UAE and Morocco. There you go. Bring some magnets over from the UAE, Morocco when you get to New York, and we'll tell you where to get them, how to send them to us, okay? But you don't have to do that. But I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute, Francois, for not forgetting about the magnets. And Priyanka, thank you, Diego and Karina. I will breathe now since my AR1 was sent. There you go. That's for Hosias. The blue pixie dust for the green card, because that's blue for Argentina, right? Hosias, Diego, do the biometrics happen after we send the adjustment of status? That's correct. When you apply for your green card, you're going to write out a check for $1,440 made out to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. You're going to put it in an envelope, and you're going to seal the envelope. You're going to write, this is the payment for my green card and biometrics. When they open up your green card package, they're going to get the check. They're going to cash it, okay? And it's much easier for them to cash a check electronically by a scanning machine than it is for a credit card, because your credit card company could block the transaction, which is going to slow down your green card processing by 2 months or so. Write a check, and then once they cash your check, Hosias, you're going to get a letter for your biometrics appointment. Immigration will schedule the interview for the biometrics. It's not an interview, but the biometrics appointment is scheduled by immigration. They'll tell you the day, the time, and the location. Francois, so is it official Wednesdays and Saturdays? Yeah, we're gonna do it Wednesdays and Saturdays. Mondays, not too many people watch the channel on a Monday. You know, I got 15 people watching the channel right now, but then people come back and watch it after the video has been published, I guess is what you call it. So I don't know. I don't want you guys to get bored with the channel. If you think that if you think 3 times a week is overkill, okay, I keep repeating myself to the same people, the same information, then it's basically Wednesdays and Saturdays is more than enough time for you guys to get the information that you need. Bud Garcia, hello Diego and Karina from Washington State. I have a question. What happened on Monday? I took a day off on Monday. I took a day off. I've been doing this channel for over a year. I haven't missed a live stream. Except one time we were in Bogota, Colombia, and we lost power. Something happened. I don't know. There was a big storm and we lost power. Something happened. But I have not yet. I've been doing this 3 times a week, never missing a day. So what happened on Monday? I took a day off because people don't usually watch it too much on a Monday. So I don't know. It's up to you guys. But I think Wednesdays and Saturdays is more than enough. Right? Josias, Diego, what is the limit that you think for sending the adjustment of status since I got married? You want to get your green card application in the mail about 60 days after you get married, and that gives you more than enough time to put all your green card information together. Priyanka, thank you, Diego and Karina. No problem. And Francois, see, Diego, we noticed you and Karina's absence. So Bud noticed. So everybody was like, where's Donde is Karina y Diego? Donde? We took a day off, you know, and we gave you guys a break from us. I don't know. For me, doing a live stream is no problem for me. I can do it every day if you want. But what I'll do is with Karina, I'll do it Wednesdays and Saturdays. Okay? With Karina. And then I'll do a surprise live stream during the week when Karina's at work. And it'll be just me. Okay? So that way you get some more information, but on a different day. Priyanka, I will ask my husband to do the AR-11 when he comes to Michigan. No, yes, good. And Francois said she noticed our absence. Bud noticed we weren't here. I took a day off. I'm like, man, come on, let me take a day off. And but I'll continue the channel. I'm not stopping anything. I'm going to keep going. But I'm going to go ahead and log off now. And today's what? Today's Wednesday. We'll be back on Saturday. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to jump on during the week and do a live stream. I don't know what day. I'll just jump on here and spend an hour with you guys. Bud Garcia, I was lost. Bud Garcia is Perdido.
No.
Perdido in Lunes. I'm sorry, Bud. Listen, Bud, we're not canceling the channel. I just took a day off. Okay? We're gonna keep going, but for Karina's working. Okay, and then she's working, now she's sitting here. She wants to rest. She wants to kick back and relax after a long day working. I'm the taxi, I'm the Uber. I want to rest too. Josias, thank you so much, Diego. You are the best. You deserve a day off. Well, thank you. And with that said, Josias, we'll be back on Saturday. And Josias says, greetings from the west side of the United States. Josias, are you in Nevada? Where do you live? Are you in Las Vegas? Because if you live in Las Vegas, you got to allow plenty of time to get to your medical appointment. Utah. You live in Utah. That's right. Denise Jefferson lives in Utah also. You live in Utah and you got to go to Las Vegas for your civil surgeon medical appointment. Well, you're probably going to want to spend the night in a hotel close to the doctor's office. We'll see you guys on Saturday. And thanks for the super chats, guys, and super stickers.